Welcome into CBS Sports HQ. I'm Eric Asilius. The brackets are out. How do you fill it out? Most importantly, they got to put up lines and spreads for these early games, and we can take advantage. So I have the people to help you put cash in your pocket and get some winning wagers. Let's go through the games and tell you exactly how to play them. We'll start in the West. Here is your West region bracket. So Gonzaga going to play the winner of Norfolk State and App State. Oklahoma, Missouri in the 8-9. Creighton, the Blue Jays, who lost in the Big East final to Patrick Ewing in Georgetown. They'll be in that 5-12 game against the Gauchos. Santa Barbara, Virginia, and Ohio. And Virginia, again, remember, they had to leave the ACC tournament. We assume they will be back and ready to go. They'll have a couple of days and all that. If there's a problem late in the week, Ohio just gets the walkover and advances. If there's a problem early in the week, there will be a team that subs in. USC will play the winner of Wichita State and Drake. Love the Drake. Kansas taking on Eastern Washington. Eagles against Rock Chalk. Oregon, a 7 seed against VCU, who was both second in the regular season and in the conference tournament. They lost to the Bonnies in their conference final. And Iowa against Grand Canyon. That's right. The Antelopes out of the WAC. All right, speaking of WAC, let's bring in Tim Doyle, and then we have Larry Hartstein. All right, Iowa's a 16-point favorite over Grand Canyon. I'm giving 16 to the Antelopes. What are you going to do here? First up, Larry Hartstein.
I'm going to take all those points. I'm thrilled to get 16 points. Did you see what they did to New Mexico State in the championship? This is a great team, and they also have a 7'1", 270-pound center. He's going to give Luka Garza a lot of trouble. I mean, Iowa, of course, you got to expect that they're going to advance, but this is way too many points.
I'm not betting against Iowa in a game against a team that wants to go up and down. Don't you think Luka Garza is like, thank you, I'm out of the Big Ten. No more Kofi Coburn. No more Hunter Dickinson. No more 4 other big white guys on Wisconsin to beat him up throughout the game. Like, the conference is just loaded with bodies that they can just weigh on Luka Garza. So no disrespect to the big man on Grand Canyon, but this is a whole different ballgame.
Eastern Washington, Timmy, you're first.
Yeah, I got to really dive more into Eastern Washington. My book is not that deep on them, but let's dive into Kansas a little bit, okay? Over the last couple of weeks, knocked off Baylor at home. Won a game in the conference tournament. It was certainly trending in the right direction. And then the old COVID hit. So how are they going to bounce back? I'm not so sure. Hey, we saw Bill Self for many, many years, Eric and Larry, kind of have a tough time getting through that first weekend. This spot seems like too many points to lay. I'll take the dog.
Yeah, and we got to check on the status of McCormick. He's a key big man for Kansas, and we got to find out who is actually going to be available. So, and you mentioned the way Eastern Washington looked. So the first glance would be to look at the dog, but we got to get more info on Kansas.
Larry, as a general rule, what do you have when you have all these points early? I feel like professionals are going to take the points and the team that has a lesser name, because the public likes to have Carolina, LSU, Wisconsin, Kansas tickets in their pocket. Nobody likes running around with a, wait, is that Eastern Washington? Yeah, what are their, I don't know, the Eagles. I mean, is there value in just sort of blindly taking a lot of points?
Yeah, there also could be value in waiting a bit. Like you said, EK, the public is going to come in and puff up some of these lines. They're going to get inflated more than they are already. And Kenny knows this from his years in the book. You might get a better line on some of these dogs closer to tip.
All right, next up, let's go Virginia and Ohio. And we welcome in the Wizard of Odds, Kenny White. And now it's everybody in the pool. Virginia, they had to leave the ACC tournament because of COVID issues. We assume they're going to be able to play. There's all these rules in place if they can't. If it's in the next 2 days, they get a replacement team. If it's later in the week, Ohio, the Bobcats just get the walkover. This ain't Ohio State. This is Ohio, land of Gary Trent. What are we going to do with 10.5 here, Kenny White?
It's a pretty good number. I thought it was right on. I wanted to play this total under because of Virginia's defense, but Ohio, boy, they've really impressed. A great run in the tournament. Again, I'm passing side and total here until I find out a little bit more. My numbers are so close, I probably won't have a play in this game.
You know, I'm going to look at the dog here, EK. This is one of the games that jumped out to me because of the issues within Virginia, because we know that they can struggle in these early tournament games. And you look at this Ohio team with Jason Preston averaging over 23 points, shooting over 50% in the tournament. They blitzed every single opponent they had in the MAC down the stretch. There's a total contrast in styles. Ohio is going to try and push the pace, but my early lean here definitely on the dog.
This is hammer time, everybody. Bet it now, okay? Because I can see this going down to 7. I can see this going down actually to 5. If you can get it at 10.5, get in on it right now. I covered the MAC. I've seen all their teams play multiple times this year. I know Virginia won the ACC, but you got to think about it. Virginia is different than every other team in the ACC. They play a different style. They don't rely on athleticism. They play half-court defense. They rebound. And Tony Bennett's roster has no pros on it. That's right. No NBA players. It's not like a couple of years ago when he had DeAndre Hunter and a bunch of other NBA guys. This roster is lacking that. Great year in conference. Different than every other conference team. Preston is a pro. He's a first-round pick. And this Ohio team went to Illinois. Hello, everybody, just watch them play, okay? Went to Illinois and lost by a deuce. I actually think Ohio's going to win this game. I have them advancing in my bracket. Hammer, Ohio Bobcats.
All right, there's our first major upset selection, Ohio to win. I can't wait to go through all the games with our experts, and we will.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.